The next topic is radioactivity. This is the phenomena of spontaneous emission of radiation by heavy elements is called the radioactivity. The elements which shows this phenomena are called the radioactive elements. So we have three types of rays. These are the active radioactive, that is the alpha rays, second is beta rays, the third is gamma rays. So these are three rays which are radioactive. Suppose that this is our radioactive substance. Suppose this is the field. Suppose this is minus, this is plus. So when the rays are coming out from this radioactive elements, some rays will go straight way, some will move here, and some will move here. So the rays which will move the opposite side, they are called alpha. Towards positive side, they are called beta, and which the rays will go straight, they will call gamma. This is in the presence of the field, electric field. When we will talk about the magnetic field, same this is your radioactive substance, this is radioactive elements, this is go straight in the presence of the magnetic field. If it is a U-shaped magnet, so some will move towards the left, some will move towards the right. So it is the beta, it is the gamma, and it is the alpha rays. So first of all, we'll talk about the alpha rays. So an alpha particles is a helium nucleus. Helium nucleus means He24. This is the helium nucleus, which is having 2 protons and the 2 neutrons. What happened? Suppose this is a nucleus. When this alpha rays will come out, so Y element will get, in which the atomic number is less than 2 and the atomic weight will be less than of the previous one, plus we have 2He4, that is the alpha particles. So this is known the parent nucleus, this is the daughter nucleus, and this is the free particles. So this is the alpha rays. Now the second is, that is the beta rays. Beta rays, so for the beta rays, what we can say, beta particle, this is the beta ray. Beta particle is a fast moving, you can say, electron, that is electron -1 0 is the representation. The decay of a radioactive nucleus by emitting beta particles is shown as, suppose this is the parent's nucleus, then it is a radioactive, then it will be split in the Y element, that becomes Z plus of 1, and there is no difference in the atomic weight, plus 1 electron plus 1 anti-neutron. So this is the anti-neutron, this is your beta particle, this is your beta particle, this is the symbol of anti-neutron, this is your daughter nucleus, this is your parent's nucleus. So this is about the beta. The third one is the gamma rays. This is the third one. So the gamma rays are high energy packets of electromagnetic radiation, which means a high energy photons. So it is a kind of photons, and the representation of the gamma particle emission, we can write that this is the parent's nucleus, that is Z A star. I'll tell you what is the meaning of A star. It will be ZA plus the gamma particles, which is gamma. So what does it mean? It means that the gamma rays, which is a very high energy packet of the electromagnetic radiation, which means that the high energy of photons, it means they do not have any charge and their rest mass is 0. This is the meaning of this line. And the disintegration of this radioactive nucleus by the emitting gamma rays is to be written in this form. So what is the meaning of this? It is the meaning that the nucleus is in the excited state. Excited nucleus. So before to emit the gamma rays, what is going on? It will come to the ground state nucleus, and then it's a gamma rays. Now the next is the law of radioactive decay. The law of radioactive decay, or the another name is disintegration. What is the meaning of that? This is the rate of disintegration of a radioactive substances at an instant is directly proportional to the number of nuclei in the radioactive substance at that time. So this is the meaning of the law of disintegrations. Now next is, in the continuation of that is the mathematical form of decay law. For this, we are going to derive an equation or the formula. For that, we have to consider few things. What are that consideration? Now, let consider a radioactive substance having N0 numbers of atom before decay. Before decay, this is the N0. N0 is the number of that element. It means at time T0, the number of atoms is N0 in the starting. Now, as the time start, the radioactive element start decaying and the substance value is going to be decrease. Let after some times at time T, what happened? Some materials will be decayed, then the number of atoms which is remained undecayed in the substance, we have to consider that. What? Let the N is the number of this is the number of atoms that is undecayed. This is undecayed element. This is not N0, this is the number of atoms which is undecayed after T time. So if suppose that the Dn is the number of atoms decayed, or the another word decayed is, or the disintegrated in a small time interval, that is dt, then the rate of disintegration, let that is R, and that will be equals to minus of dN by dt. Why the minus sign is there? Because as the time increases, then the value of this amount of atom is going to be decreased. So according to the decay law. What is that? dN upon dt, that is proportional to n. Or I can write R is equals to minus dN by dt, or let it should be the constant with the number of undecayed atoms, where the lambda is the constant which is known as the decay constant, or this another disintegration constant. Now suppose that let this is equation number 1. So equation number 1 can be written as, that is the dN by n is equals to minus of lambda dt. Now integrating on both side, that is dN upon n is equals to minus lambda dt. So it minus lambda dt. Now it becomes log of n to the base of e, that is equals to minus of lambda t plus a constant. It is the constant. For this constant we have to find out the value. For that, when t is equals to 0, that means the n is equals to n0. In the starting the number of atom is n0. So the log of n is equals to, when we put all these things here, log of n becomes n0, so it becomes k. Now this value of k we have to put in this equation, put in 2. Now that is log of n to the base of e, that is minus lambda t plus of log n0 base e. So log of e n base minus log n0 base e is equals to minus of lambda t. So it becomes log e n upon n0, that is minus of lambda t. This is the expansion of the log of a upon b. Log of a minus log of b is the expansion when we differentiate. So this is minus of lambda t. Now when we taken off the log from this side, so it becomes the power of e. So n by n0 is equals to e raised to the power. So n is equals to n0 e raised to the power lambda t. So this is the known as the exponential decay equation. With the help of this equation we can find out the value of undecayed atoms in the time interval of t. So this is that. So if we are going to plot a graph between the time, and this is the n0, here it is the n0, so it will be like this, and this line will give you n is equals to n0 e raised to the power minus lambda. So this is the graph for this decay equations. Next is the half-life of radioactive substances. First of all, the half time. What is the half time? The time during which half of the atoms of the radioactive substance disintegrates is called the half time of radioactive substance. This is the time period in which the amount of the atom becomes half of the initial one. So that is the half time. Now the expression for that, for half time, let, as we know that n is equals to n0 e raised to the power minus lambda t, that is the decayed equations. So when the time is becomes the half, that is t 1 by 2, that is the half time. So the amount of undecayed element, it is the half of the previous one. So we can put this value here. So it is n0 by 2 is equals to n0 e raised to the power minus of lambda t. So it becomes 1 by 2. n0 is to be cancelled out. It is e minus lambda t. Here the value of t is becomes 1 by 2. So it is e minus lambda t 1 by 2. Here it is also e minus lambda t 1 by 2. So 1 upon 2 is equals to e minus lambda t 1 by 2. Now what is going? 1 upon 2 is equals to 1 e lambda t 1 upon 2. So e lambda t 1 upon 2 is equals to 2. Now taking log on both sides. So what happened when we are taking log, that is log e lambda t 1 by 2 is equals to log 2 base of e. Both have the base of e. Here it is e, here it is e. So the power that becomes t 1 by 2 log e to the base e, that becomes 1 is equals to log of 2 to the base e. It becomes, when it will change, 2.303 log 10 base of 2. This is because that log e base 2 is equals to 2.303 log base 10 of 2. Now t 1 by 2 is equals to 2.303 log 10 base 2 upon the lambda. So what I have written on the last page, t1 by 2 is equals 2.303 log of 10 base 2 upon lambda. So it is 2.303 multiplied log 2 base of 10, that the value is from the log table, that is 3010 upon lambda. So the t1 by 2 is equals to 0.6931 upon lambda. So with the formula of this one, we can find out the value of the half-life. It means the half-life is inversely proportional to the wavelength. Next is, that is the mean life or the average life of radioactive substances. So mean life of a radioactive substance is given by the sum of the total lifetime of all atoms, which is divided by the total number of atoms present. So that is the mean life, that is the torque, is the symbol for that. That is the sum of all lives of all atoms divided by the total number of atoms which is present. It means the torque is equals to T total upon total number of atom present, that is the N0. So this is the formula for that. Now same the expression for the mean life. Again we are going to find out the expression for that. Let at T0 the total number of atoms in a radioactive substance is N0. This is the same which we have taken after time t. After time t, the undecayed atom, that is N. So N is equals to N0 e raised to the power minus lambda t. This is the earlier equation, that is the decays equations which we have already derived. The same equations we are taking here. On the basis of this we are go further. Now differentiating with respect to time, then we have to differentiate this equation with respect to time. This equation we are going to differentiate. So this is dN by dt, that is equals to N0, that is the lambda minus sign with e minus lambda t with N0. So I can write lambda N0 e raised to the power minus lambda of t, that is dN by dt. So dN is to be written, that is minus lambda N0 e raised to the power lambda t with dt. The cross multiplication here, it means that the dN atoms have lived, dN atoms have lived for time t before decaying. It will remain there before the decaying. So we can write that the total life of dN atoms, that is equals to total time that is to be multiplied with undecayed. So now total life of all atoms in the radioactive substances, that is we can write, that is the T total, that is equals to the integration of this one, that is T dN, and the limit will start, N is when the beginning the N is N0, and at the time when N is equals to 0. So when N is equals to N0, we find that T is equals to 0. It is the starting conditions. And when N becomes to 0, that means we find that T is equals to infinity, because it is not predicted that when this radioactive substance becomes zero. So for that we are taking the time infinity. Let this is equation number 1. Now equation 1 can be rewritten after substituting the value of dn and changing the limits. Now in place of this the limit becomes the time. So T total, that will equals to lambda n0. It is T e raised to the power lambda T with dt. When this is integration or differentiation with respect to time, so the here the integration's time, in place of the atoms it is becomes the time. It means T is equals to 0 to infinity. So T total is equals to, that is lambda n0, that is T e raised to the power minus lambda T, that is to be divided by islet. With the help of islet we are going to find that is limit at 0 to infinity minus with the integration of 0 to infinity, that is the differentiation of first and the integration of second. So this is minus of lambda T divided by minus lambda with dt, and this is the big bracket. So that is lambda n0. So it becomes 0 plus 1 upon lambda minus minus plus. After that this is, that is minus e raised to the power lambda T upon minus of lambda when we are going to differentiate that infinity. So T total is equals to minus lambda n0 upon lambda square, and then it becomes e raised to the power minus of lambda T. The limit becomes 0 to infinity. Now the lambda is going to be cut off, that is minus n0 upon lambda, that is with e raised to the power minus infinity minus of the lower limit. So that becomes e raised to the power infinity. This becomes 0 and this becomes 1. So minus minus plus. So n0 upon lambda. As we know that the torque, that is the mean, is the T total divided by the n0. So T total is becomes n0 by lambda and divided by n0. So it becomes 1 upon lambda. So it is the average or the mean life of the radioactive substance. It is also, this is inversely proportional to the decay constant, that is the lambda.